Hey everybody, I'm back again. Just about to actually head out into Canabras now. There's Joran. A new face in the city. You picked a good time to come to Canabras. As you can see, we're in sore need of warriors. Let's see what you have. Heavy, medium, light, light. Yeah, the chain shirt is the best armor I can get right now. Might as well just sell those then. Wait a minute. Okay, so that's 4 AC. Whenever the wielder of this +1 buckler receives a critical hit, they are affected with the effect of a mirror image spell. It produces 2 mirror images that last 2 rounds. Well, that's way too expensive for me anyway. Armor Vigilance. Bonus to AC against sneak attacks. See, a masterwork weapon is a finely crafted version of a normal weapon. Wielding it provides a +1 enhancement bonus on attack rolls. So both of those two and this. Right? Let's see. Yeah. And how much more? That gives me +1 to my armor class. Sure. I mean, it's cooler to go without it, but... So he already comes with 2 masterwork daggers. Bracers of armor +2. Might as well give that to her. Oh, that goes in a different slot. Well, then I'll just take those. Charisma. Guess I'll give that to her.
Let's see what we can do. Here we go.
I've got some things I want to put back in storage now. This. Actually, hold on. Yeah, looks like this is a better weapon for me to be using right now. Wait, is it though? Maybe I'll just do that for now. Alright, I still gotta do this. Do you recognize this sword? Do I recognize it? Of course I do. I made this with my own hands. There's my brand, see? Oh, Yanil, things have been tough without you. But at least you've still got your sword. That's something. In battle, ordinary swords get blunted. They break. But sometimes a weapon can preserve... I don't even know how to explain it. I'm no authority on these things. But something like an echo of the deeds done with that weapon. Or more like the reflection of the wielder's soul. I don't know. I will say one thing. Take care of that sword. Yanil may no longer be with us, but the demons will still remember why they need to turn tail and run when they see radiance. Oh, the scabbard's all worn. Can't be having a fine sword like this being carried around in this tarry thing. I'll make you a new one if you like. If the city stands strong and we both survive, come see me again and I'll have it ready. No charge. You know everyone in Canabras by sight? Well, not everyone, but I make it my business to know the people who might need my services. A blacksmith's work isn't just at the anvil, you know. We've never had any of your kind here before. All sorts come here from every corner of Galarian to volunteer to fight, but this is the first time a fox has ever shown up wanting to be a crusader. Are you stunting veins, brother? Yep, where he goes, I go. That's how we've always done it, even before the world wound. I forge the armor, he goes into battle and breaks it. He brings it back to me, and I repair it and make it better than before. Everything's changed since then, of course, but that part has stayed the same. How is Staunton to blame for the fall of Dresden? I've told this story so many times already. Well, telling it one more time won't kill me. Dresden was built after the First Crusade, back when it still seemed like victory was ours for the taking, and that the demon invasion would soon be at an end. The population of Old Sarkoris was thoroughly diminished, and many of them hoped to see their hard fighting repaid with a small plot of unclaimed land. Dresden was a fortress built on all our hopes, and on Mendev's ambitions, though you're not supposed to say that out loud. What a city it was, Reynard. You can't even imagine. It was built by the finest engineers from the Five Kings Mountains. Queen Galfrey spared no expense. Dresden was meant to be the capital of the Crusade movement, a monument to its glory and a beacon of hope for all Galarian. Heroes were drawn there to seek fame and glory, and they came from all over. Taldor, Garund, Tansha. I couldn't list them all. A relic known as the Sword of Valor was kept there. The banner that had been carried into battle by Iomedae herself back when she was still human. That banner protected the city and kept the demons from teleporting inside its walls. As long as the banner was in its place, Dresden was invincible. Or so we thought. But then the world wound suddenly expanded. The demons launched a new onslaught and folks started saying it was time to declare the Second Crusade. Dresden was unassailable until one young officer was tempted by a beautiful woman. She convinced him that the banner shouldn't be hanging in the city, that its rightful place was on the battlefield. She whispered honey words about glory and valor, and convinced him that he could be a hero as great as Iomedae herself, and the poor fool believed her. He rounded up some of his hot-headed friends and carried the banner outside the city gates on an unauthorized foray. The demons slaughtered them within seconds, but for some reason the courageous ringleader was spared. A whole army teleported into Dresden. It was a bloodbath. As you can guess, that officer was called Staunton Vane, and the woman turned out to be a demon. Not just any demon. It was Minago, that foul wretch. She's given us a lot of grief here in Canabrius too. Just don't ask me what I was doing while my brother was off having trysts with that beast, and why I didn't save him from his own stupidity. Who could have guessed it would end like this? I failed my brother, that's the truth. I blame myself every day, looking at his plight. So that's the story. Why do you have your forge here in the tavern yard? Wherever I am, that's where my forge is. A true master of any craft will always find the tools they need. I'll miss my old forge, of course. It's now just a pile of charred stone and metal. But I've still got my hands, and that means I can work. I have to go. Thoreg watch over you. If you need something from me, don't be afraid to stop by. Okay, now I'm actually gonna head out into... bring him with me. I think I'll go here first. Brother Wolchif, you got my message then. Sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, dear sister curate. Charisme. It was just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, next... Well, no, I was still in shackles. And I was being watched. And then the chief got me out and I came here straight away. I knew you'd be waiting on me. Enough talking, or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guard, there was time to get away. But what happened? That bitch Irabeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Somebody betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. Do you think Woljif knows the name of the traitor? He speaks. I thought Woljif only brought you so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. Yes, he knows the name of the traitor. Every gang that Brother Woljif has been part of has very quickly come to an end. Their hideout location was past the guards, or their competitors found out where they could ambush them. Woljif is the only one who always comes out smelling of roses. If you think about it, you'll come to the same conclusion as us. I'd have said that meant that Woljif was cursed with finding friends among losers and screw-ups. But now that he's with us, that must mean the curse has been broken. That depends. He was indeed most fortunate to find himself in a party with me. On the other hand, he also ended up in a party with you. The burden of proof lies on the accuser. Woljif doesn't have to prove anything. Burden of proof. Are you a city guard or something? Don't know how it is with your lot, but in the family, the highest rank is always right. And here, that's me. Woljif, tell us your side of the story. What happened? What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Charisme got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there, I mean. She rounds us up and she says we've got a score. Ancient trees and wonders. The one place nobody's ever been able to hit. The place that's guarded by a golem. But now, a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession, along with a tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny. So we're in. And the most important thing was that none of us was to be hanging out about the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret. That's all true so far. Go on. We did everything right, with the locks and the golem. I picked the lock. I remember it clear as day. Sister Dalna was on lookout. Brother Melrune had the scroll. Dolphy, Tavi, and Varnil brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in a sack, and one right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under a table after it, and the next thing I know, Irabeth was there. Everybody scampered, but I was still under the table. Not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but then those blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth. And to add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything. Where's the Moon of the Abyss, Brother Woljif? What is the Moon of the Abyss? It was an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of Ancient Trees and Wonders. Sterling silver, sparkled like a star. Fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon, a crescent, a waning moon, and in the middle there was a dark crystal, like it was eclipsing the moon. Old man Philemon was so proud of that amulet. He used to say, "I'll never sell it, it's the jewel of my collection." I used to go there to see what kinds of treasures there were in the world. There's nothing else to look at in Canabras. People used to claim it was a powerful thing, but who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you the second you tried to fence it. Everybody knew that you were always hanging around Ancient Trees and Wonders, drooling over the Moon of the Abyss. Did you think you could swipe it in all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we'd all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free and with a fancy trinket to boot? Don't take me for a mug, Woljif. I see right through you. Why would Irabeth arrest her own informant? Took the words right out of my mouth. It doesn't make any sense. If I was the rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand and been long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fella, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family? So the fish in the cellin can have a nice Woljif-sized dinner? The Moon of the Abyss is a pretty bauble, to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It ain't worth dying over. You knew Erebus people would protect you, you knew you could pin the moon going missing on them, and now you've come here with backup. You knew exactly what I was going to say to you. Only problem is nobody's returned the amulet to fill 'em in. Are you giving Erebus a cut? Is that it? Have you seen her? Do you think she'd take a cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bought. She's like 3 heralds of Iomade all rolled into one. He speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who'll take bribes, I'm sorry to say, but Erebus Tirabate isn't one of them. Go on, Woljif. That's the whole sorry story. Some family this turned out to be. It's just a name in the end. In a real family, people take each other at their word. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the Moon of the Abyss. What am I gonna do with it? You can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it, it'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's that important to you, Sister Charisme, I'll find it, and I'll drag that traitor here by his horns, just so's you don't end up at the bottom of the Cellin. But do you know what you're gonna owe me for that? An apology. Right here, in front of everyone. You're gonna apologize loud and clear so everybody hears it. You'll say, "Sorry, Woljif, you're a good guy, and I was wrong about you." Fine, you're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. But if you run, Brother Woljif, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the family's come for you. You'll have no peace, but one day you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath, and that is when we'll get you. Got that? You've a way with words, Sister Charisme. A way that almost made me wet myself, but a way nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go chat to that scary gal Erebeth. She knows you a little. We can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. We'll find the real traitor. And I'll get my apology. Onward to Erebeth, Chief. Let's go clear my good name. Root out the traitor, but be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Alright. Back to Erebeth, then.
Can we retreat already? You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Now, who else is there? Well, if they're out of visual range, then that means they're gonna have to come to us. Now, let's see how well this works. Nice. Masterwork Glaive. Scroll of Bless. Scroll of Bane. Masterwork Glaive.
I can handle it.
Let's go sell some of this stuff while I'm here. There's a traitor I'm trying to track down. Who's your informant among the Thieflings? Canabras is threatened by a demon horde and you have enough spare time to help out thieves? I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me the note, and disappeared. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face, but the long horns, didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem in Ancient Trees and Wonders, the shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact, so you can interrogate the thing and find out what it saw. The code word is Hand of Irori. The shop's owner must have escaped, but there's a chance you'll get lucky with the golem. Alright then. Hold on, I'm encumbered? Well... I'm sure it'll be fine.
Is that a trap?
Free at last. I thought I'd be flattened like a pancake under that rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is still foggy for some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? The name's Finney, and I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. You're a Pathfinder? That's right, Finian Dismar, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wound wherever my tasks lead me. Scouting, mostly, but this last while I've just been hanging around in Canabras, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes for better lodging than some inn. But what I meant was, what are you? What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from, is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Kelids of the Star Eye clan fled when the World Wound troubles began, but I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. Or did you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I'm best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me Phantom Blades. A Phantom Blade? What's that? It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and they can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up space either. Although to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places, and they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave few survivors. The city is under attack by the demons. Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. Then the guards came, everyone was running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. There are demons in Canabras. We must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone, and besides, the more the merrier. How did you end up in this shop? Yeah, I've been here so long I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders, but it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here. Alright, I'll take you with me. I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word. Yeah, let's see. Six, 2 to 7. Ah, so Finian is a better weapon.
Is that treasure?
Gold ring. Pipe Fox. It's +3 insight bonus on knowledge arcana and +2 insight bonus on perception skill checks. Knowledge arcana and perception. Yeah, I feel like that'd be best suited to him.
Who, me?
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
What's on your
I will
mind?
help
I
where
feel
I
like I've
can.
chosen one.
Master. Code word. Hand of Virori. Code word. Correct. Awaiting orders. Where did you come from? Who created you? This golem was created by Gaffrain and Son. Address, 3rd building on the right, Jewelers Alley, Nerosian, Mendev. Model G504ENE, which stands for Experimental and Enhanced. For all inquiries, contact Mr. Gaffrain. Tell me about any suspicious people who came by the shop in the last week. 56 individuals entered the shop. Human female, old. Gnome, male, old. Human female. Be reeling off customers till nightfall. We need to ask it in a different way. Are any of the suspicious people tieflings? Tieflings. 3. Tiefling male, middle-aged. Tiefling male, young. Tiefling female, young. Describe the young male tiefling. Tiefling male, medium height. Short horns curling backward. Medium length tail. Eye color, yellow. Hair color, black. Special observations. Annoyed master. Horns, hair, tail? That sounds like me. But it's not possible. I know what the security's like here. I didn't come near the place. I give you my word, Chief. No special observations. Subject was unremarkable. There, see? Can't have been me. Describe the middle-aged male tiefling. Tiefling male. Medium height. Long horns. Medium length tail. Eye color, pale blue. Skin color, dark. Special observations. Red hair. Oh, that's our traitor. I'd bet your life on it. Karis May drilled it into our heads that we wasn't to go hanging about the shop. Red hair. We've got a couple of gingers, and plenty more who can get it out of a bottle. So much for a special observation. Golems ain't all they're cracked up to be, eh? Maybe its master knows more. Describe the female tiefling. Tiefling, female, above average height. Hair, long, pale. Tail not observed. Long horns. Eye color, blue. Special observations, scar on nose. Baldric with gold stitching. I don't know that one. New arrival, most likely. Gold stitching, eh? Wouldn't mind get to know her a little better. Enough. Where is your master? Philemon Fruliatros, my master, is in his hiding place. Revealing the location of the hiding place is prohibited. 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 He likely holed himself up in the basement when the commotion started. The entrance should be around here somewhere. Where is the basement in this place? The basement is below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. Found out everything I wanted to know.
Well, this didn't go well.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Here we go.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think I'll give that to her, actually. Suppose I can give that to him, then. Marauders! Bandits! Scavengers! Yeah, makes sense. We're all of those things, and much, much more. Before you report us to the authorities, mind if we have a chat? Please calm down. No one's going to rob you. You do look better dressed than the local thieves and ragamuffins. You came here to tell me that the nightmare is over? No, it's not. You're here to steal my riches. Get back! You! Woljif, the dirty little sneak thief! You've been sniffing around my shop for years! Finally worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here! You and your pals have taken everything already, I'm sure. My name's Philemon Fruliatros. I was the owner of this shop, but I'm not sure I can claim to be the owner of anything now. I hope there's at least something left of it. Oh, come off it. Your shop's fine. It's a bit ransacked, maybe, but nothing a bit of spit and polish can't fix. Where were you the night of the robbery? Do you think I robbed my own shop? I was here, in the basement. I was told to make it look like I'd left. The Watch was very keen to get their hands on those Thieflings. They seem to be multiplying all over Galarian. So of course I did everything they said, and I've been stuck in this basement since then. The golem wouldn't move away from the door no matter how much I yelled at it. But then I thought that it was all to the good. Somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the Thieflings that have visited Ancient Trees and Wonders recently. Why should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from the City Guard or the Eagle Watch. Chief, if he keeps digging his heels in, just say the word. I know how to loosen his tongue. I'm helping the Eagle Watch to catch the culprits. Gonna need to roll 9 or higher. Stop! What did I roll? 3. Is that so? How do I know you're telling the truth? And since when is the Eagle Watch in the habit of sending strangers to do their work for? Well, Jiff, you try. Persuade him how? I ain't even gonna try. I'm just gonna let him have a little chat with the Devourer demon from the depths of the abyss. I'll tell you everything. Yes, I really did kick that pup, but I didn't know it was go flying halfway across the yard. Pup, what pup? Tieflings. Tell us about the Tieflings. A red-haired tiefling, I suppose. Yes, there was one who came in, spent a long time looking around. He was a person of modest means, I could tell by his clothes, but he asked me to show him an Azamar-made chainmail. He certainly couldn't afford it. That's when I suspected that something was off. I checked everything after he left, but nothing was missing, and that put my mind at ease. I can't remember what he looked like. I didn't get a good look at his face. All I remember is that he was wrapped in a green cloak like he was freezing. But that's all I have. That's it. With that description, we'll surely sniff him out. Come on, Chief. Back to Sister Kara's may we go to have a good long shifty at all my brothers who put all these clues together. Something tells me our traitor isn't going to wriggle out of this one. Tell me about Woljif. Woljif Jefto, right? Yes, I've known him a long time, though I'd rather not known him at all. He's been skulking about my shop for years, treating the place like a free museum. He always wanted to look at the moon of the abyss. I'd chase him out, but he'd just slink back in again. If he was with the gang that robbed my shop, I'd bet anything he swiped the moon. How come I'm the prime suspect? Whoever betrayed us all, that's the one who's got the moon. I want to see it returned too, you get me? I don't like the idea of other people's grubby mitts on it. Tell me about the tiefling woman. A tiefling woman. Ah, yes, I remember now. A noble lady, unlike the tiefling ruffians we have around here. She purchased magical equipment for the crusade, and she promised to come again. If only all tieflings were like that, I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. I found out everything I wanted to know. If that isn't enough to help you catch the thieves, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now be on your way and leave me in peace with my wreck of a shop.
I hope you appreciate this.
Does she really have a higher trickery score than Woljif does? Trickery 14. Wow, she does. He's got a much higher stealth score, though.
Let's see what we can do.
Alright.
Here we go.
Well, are you going to tell me who the traitor is? The name and the moon of the abyss that they stole. I don't need anything else. Let's see. Tieflings are tense and ready to reach for their weapons. The only redheads are Melrune and Doffy. The dark-skinned tieflings are Varnir, Doffy, and Melrune. Doffy, Melrune, and Tavi have straight horns, but Tavi is female. Only Varnir and Melrune have green. So Melrune did it. I'm ready to give it. Well, go on, tell her. It's Melrune. He confessed. Someone connected to the cult of Baphomet ordered him to steal the moon of the abyss, and the best idea he could come up with was to drag us into it. He got the scroll to take out the golem, he betrayed us to Irabeth so that he could swipe the amulet in the chaos. He thought we'd get nicked and he'd slink off to meet up with his customer. You've got the moon of the abyss? Let me look at it one more time. My whole life I've dreamt of holding it in my hands, if only for a second. He said that when he got to the window display the moon was gone. He's lying, of course. He had time to hand the moon off to the person who ordered it. Bloody cultists. I don't really give a toss, I'm just glad we got to the bottom of this. What are you going to do now? Clear out of this place, the sooner the better. This city's dying, I don't want to die with it. This city would have already died if not for the people who stood up to defend it with weapons in their hands. So defend it, I'm not stopping you. It's your city, but we've always been outsiders here. Why would we fight for you now? What are you going to do with the traitor? He'll be sent to his distant relatives on their farm to think about what he did. Any more questions? Good decision. I don't plan to hang around long either. Sister, you forgot something. What now? You should be happy to be alive. An apology. You promised to apologize to me loudly in front of everyone. We're alone now, but I still want to hear it. Well? That. So, sorry, I suppose, for being wrong about you this time. Don't think that just because you didn't act like a jerk this one time that it cancels out the rest of your record. I know all about you. Till next time, Woljif. That was the most pathetic apology I've ever heard. Alright, fine. I'm sorry, Woljif. Let's part on good terms. That's good enough. Better than nothing. Listen, Chief, when you've got a spare minute, come see me. I have something I want to discuss with you, but for now, let's get out of here. I don't like sitting below ground when the building above is ready to crash down on our heads. First, we loot the place.
Is that a trap?
I am helpful, am I
Is
not?
that treasure?
Thieflings account book. Balance 2,500 gold. Duffy, alchemical tools and reagents, 185 gold. Dalna, violin, antique, needs appraisal, 10 gold taken out. Woljif, magic scrolls, 420 gold. Nice. Tavi, working the square, 15 gold. Note, I bet the swindler got 5 times the amount and pocketed the difference. I need to give that rogue a good scare next time. Charisma, 80 gold taken out. Informers, contacts, other expenses. Duffy, working the market, 25 gold. Melrune, 70 gold taken out for tool replacement. Tavi, spices, 370 gold. Grima, magic rings, 250 gold. Gort, handbound books, 180 gold. Appraiser, the violin is worth 5 gold. Note, do not send Dalna on a job by herself. Charisma, 400 gold taken out. Informers, contacts, other expenses. Charisma, 1,000 gold taken out. Informers, contacts, other expenses. Balance, 2,390 gold. Here the handwriting changes drastically. The letters are now small, scrawly, and hectic. Balance, 2,390 gold? But there's only 1,500 in the chest. Some shithead got their hands on my treasury. I bet my horns it's Woljif, that rotten mug. Next time I see that bloody swine, he's going to the farm.
I can handle it.
Yeah, that's not worth bringing with me. Alright. Back to the Defender's Heart.
Can't make the demons wait. obstacle.
I'll delay until after her turn.
I'll cut you wide open.
Just so I can get sneak attack.
Cover me, all right?
Damn you!
Alright, Finian, let's see what you can do.
Into the fray. No glory without risk.
You won't survive.
There we go. Oh, right. You have to actually put that in the equipment slot. Alright, time to get Woljif's whole backstory.
Psst, look, Chief, I got something to show you. Ta-da! A real beaut, isn't it?
Did you really have the amulet this whole time?
Since that night, Chief, Melround didn't even set eyes on it. While he was dealing with the golem, I sneaked past them, and that was that.
So you did betray the Thieflings.
Oof. That cuts me deep, Chief. You and I saw who the traitor was. It's just that when we robbed the shop, I went in first and took what I wanted. Nothing wrong with that. Although, of course, I did think about hiding the moon and just taking myself off somewhere warm when all this blows over. But only because I want to see the world. Is it a crime to want to travel? Huh? Is that what counts for treachery these days?
Remind me, why is this item so important?
Do you really not remember it? Oh, I thought you would appreciate it. It's from the old man Fileman, the owner of the Ancient Trees and Wonders shop. It's the pride of his collection. The Moon of the Abyss, an amulet with a rare crystal crafted by an unknown maker. When I think of how much this thing is worth, it makes my head spin.
You've been searched by the guards. How did you manage to hide the amulet?
Thieves have their ways.
Why did you steal the Moon of the Abyss? You wouldn't have been able to sell an item so rare anyway.
Why, he asks? It's expensive, pretty. And you know, it's my amulet, actually. Not meaning I stole it, but I mean, this is my inheritance. My grandma and I were poor. All we had was a jewelry box with the moon in it. She used to store it under the floor in the basement, and she'd take it out sometimes just to look at it. She was always nicer when she had a few drinks in her, so I could ask her things then. One time I asked where she got it from, and she said it was from a demon. You know, the demon who was my grandfather. He said the moon was to be passed down. My ma was good for nothing, and nobody. So that's why Grandma decided to keep the amulet for me. She used to say it would be mine when I grew up. But she couldn't wait until I grew up. She squandered my inheritance when she became a drunk. Took it to Fileman's shop and pawned it. He gave her some coppers for it, and she didn't even haggle. Just grabbed them and ran back to the tavern before last orders. I've been going to Fileman's to look at the moon ever since I was a kid. He chased me away, but I just kept going back, so eventually he gave up. He didn't skimp on security. The place was like a fortress, so he wasn't worried about a street rat like me pinching anything. Even when I got more skilled, I couldn't get any closer to it. One day, I had no one to go with. Another day, there were only oafs who'd never stolen anything more than a church donation box. But when Charisme had planned everything out, I realized I had a chance to get the moon and move away from here. Maybe to Garen, I hear it's warmer there. I've stayed with the family for too long.
Why didn't you give the amulet to Charisme right away?
What? So she would slay me right away, you mean? You saw how antsy she was over Canabras and all this. So I did it. I took the Moon of the Abyss. But I didn't go to Erebeth, and Big Sister wouldn't hear my explanations. She doesn't have the time. I even thought I'd hide the moon somewhere, and then when all the noise had died down, I'd go get it and make a run for it. I'm sick of the Thieflings, and they never appreciated me anyway.
Risking everything for some shiny trinket.
This isn't just some shiny trinket. First, maybe some rich person's just dying to buy it. We need to put out some feelers and see if anyone's in the market. Second, maybe it'll come in handy. And besides, I spent so many years looking at it. I imagine things like, what if my grandfather left something else and my grandma spent that too? Maybe I could have had my own barony already if things had turned out differently. Or got some decent education in the capital. They're all just dreams, but the moon is right here. You've got to hold on to what's yours, Chief.
It's your business, not mine.
Allies, friends, it's all a load of crap. Life brings us together, forces us to make plans, do whatever it is we do, but it's a safe bet that this ain't forever. I might be a traitor, but the others, are they any better than me? Melround had a good reputation in the family. He was trusted, and you see what happened. If you abide by the law, anyone can rob you. So you need to break the law first when no one expects it, and run before you go soft and get too attached. Whatever you think, I owe you. I'm not just a thief. I have my own business selling things. Thanks to you, I'm still in the family. And we have the black market sewn up in this city. It's a good way to sell valuables. So, if you need anything, a scroll or something, just say the word. I have a little portal to our people in Nerosian. You put a note there, and you get what you need. I can't get you anything big, but what they do have is all high quality. Nothing's too good for you, Chief. What's mine is yours. For a price, of course.
Hey, Chief, how about letting me go? Why would you need a thief in your party? What if I rob you in your sleep? I mean, I'm not going to for now, but what if I get a rush of inspiration? I want to know more about you. How much is more? Are your family tieflings too? My family... it's an interesting story, actually, but I don't tell it to just anyone. My father and mother had a bakery. Their life was great, but the gods never blessed them with any children. One day, my mother went to the river to wash some clothes and saw a basket floating downstream. Inside the basket was a baby, adorable and chubby and fast asleep. It was yours truly. In my hand was a note spritzed with expensive perfume that said, "Take care of my little angel." My mother brought me home, and she and my father realized right away that I was heaven sent. They raised me as their own. When I turned 15, my mother showed me my baby blanket. It was embroidered with the coat of arms of an unknown kingdom, all in gold thread. Ever since then, I've been looking for my real parents, but it's not easy. Traveling takes money. So, if you have a few gold coins, I'll pay you back as soon as I find my real family. I give you my word. Is this guy seriously trying to Nigerian prince me? That doesn't sound very believable. Seriously? Usually everyone just believes everything I say. People love stories like that, you know, a cute baby, a basket, a blanket, what's not to love? They look at me differently, as if I'm worth more than just the sheets I spit up on might have had a fancy coat of arms on them. If I was really a prince, I wouldn't be sitting around here, I can tell you that much. I'd have already gone to take what was rightfully mine, and then I'd come back with an army, so I could watch the guards and merchants who pushed me around all my life bow and scrape before me. But that's not gonna happen. Want to hear the real story? The true story is boring. My family is human, both my father and my mother. They used to live in a village nearby, I forget the name. When my ma had me, my old man got so mad he almost killed her. Pinned her to the wall and started asking questions, like why his son had horns and a tail. Well, my ma told him that her mother, my grandma, used to fool around with a demon. When he heard this, Daddy Dearest got drunk, trashed the house, and then took off. I don't remember any of this, of course. My grandma told me. I was about 3 years old when my mother brought me to Canabras and left me with my grandma. She said to her, "You and your demon have ruined my life, now you handle him." Then she left. I haven't seen her or my dad since. She did leave a blanket though, that part was true, but my grandma burned it because it was infested with lice. It wasn't even good enough to use as a rag. You think after all that my grandmother saw the light, felt rightly ashamed, and kissed my horns? I wish. People used to give her trouble for fooling around with a demon. She wasn't welcome anywhere, so she got angry. Normal kids get bedtime stories, see? But the only tales I got told were how my dad was worthless, my mom was a slut, and I was a demon spawn that no one cared about. She only kept me so I could help out around the house and steal things she needed. So that's the truth. How did you become a thiefling? I already was a tiefling, and life made me a thief. I've been in this business since I was a kid. My grandma used to say, "If you don't work, you don't eat." So she gave me as an apprentice to Eker, a tiefling neighbor of ours. He was a cunning old geezer. He knew how to take a purse off somebody's belt, how to cut open bags undetected, even do some magic. I used to climb through basement windows and open doors from the inside while I was still small enough. And when I grew and stopped fitting through the windows, I decided I was done with my education. I repaid my grandma for everything she'd done to me, which was absolutely nothing. Why would I feed her if she wasn't bringing me any money? If you don't work, you don't eat. So I took off. I got bored of my teacher too. But when I as much as hinted at leaving, he said I owed him for my education. So I just nodded, and then I joined the Owlbears, the gang that ran our district, and told them that Eager was working their territory. I don't know what happened to him, but I stayed with the Owlbears. Then their leader started giving me the cold shoulder. I did steal from him, but never that much. So I had to rat them out to the guards. Then I joined the Golden Hands. That was a good time. Rich pickings. I would have stayed with the Golden Hands, but the Northmen promised me a bigger cut if I told them where the Golden Hands kept their loot. I'm no fool, of course, so I told them. After that I only had one option, to join the Northmen. And then the family came. At first no one took them seriously, calling them Thieflings and all that. But I felt it right away. They had power behind them. And they had more money. I'm always on the winner's side, Chief. That's why I joined the Thieflings. And right on time. Some thugs came from the capital and made the Northmen leave. The ones who survived are in the family now. Tell me about the Thieflings. Alright, I won't tell you everything, mind, but I can tell you a little. The Thieflings are Mendevian thieves. The gang was started in Mendev's capital by someone or other. Soon after, they'd spread all over Galarian. They're also called the family. You know why? Because us Tieflings are easy to spot. Wherever we go, guards always hassle us, asking, "Are you lost to Summit, Hornhead?" We usually say we're visiting family. And if they say, "Oh yeah? Who?" you give him the name of a local Thiefling who confirms everything, even if he's never seen you before in his life. That's why we're all brothers and sisters. There are rules, who does what, who gets what cut. I won't say it's a lot, but they make it worth your while. They'll even heal you if you take an arrow. But the biggest no-no is this: you don't steal from the family. If you don't contribute to the shared pot, you'll get the cold shoulder. You won't be treated like family no more. And then everyone will hear that you went to visit some relatives who have a farm someplace. My best guess, the farm is in some underground well beneath Canabras where they breed grave worms. If Sister Charisme, our boss, looked the other way more often, I'd really be able to spread my wings. I want to ask about something else. Go ahead, Chief. What do you think of Canabras? It used to be such a hole. Then the Crusaders and refugees came here and things started looking up. Although it depends who you ask, I suppose. Witches better steer clear of here, because Iomede's followers are ferocious. Especially Hulrun Shapak, the local inquisitor. He's a tough old goat. I didn't see it myself, but a serving girl at a tavern told me that her second cousin's son from his third wife is a paladin, and he said that Hulrun takes an unsheathed sword with him even to the privy. And when he sleeps, he puts it on the pillow next to him, and when he's in his cups, he strokes the blade and whispers sweetly to it, "You are my one true friend. You are the only one I can rely on." Erebeth's given us a hard time, too. Do as much as look at some nice little bauble, and before you can think of taking it, before your fingers even twitch, she's coming for you, with her nostrils flaring and her fangs glinting. Scary woman. But even she's better than Sister Charisme, our boss here in Canabras. By our, I mean Thiefling's boss. You get caught by Erebeth, it's all out in the open. You go to prison, or you end up as worm food. But if you step on Charisme's toes, poof, you're gone. Just like that. No one ever sees you again. All you'll hear is, "He went to the family farm," even though he's never had a family or a farm. You have demon blood in you. Do you feel drawn to the abyss? Why, you an inquisitor or something? What's it to you? If I've wronged you somehow, just come out and say it. Don't ask me trick questions. I know how it happens. I used to know a fella. He was married to a sister of a guard. Some shady types got him drunk one night and started asking him suspicious questions about the gods, about the queen. So he wakes up hungover with a headache, someone's mumbling something, smells like smoke, and his feet are kinda hot. He looks down and there's a fire under him, and the prelate is reading out his sentence. Your shadow looks strange. What kind of magic is that? Ladies and gentlemen, roll up, roll up. No dark magic, no fraud. A trick without any deception. Ta-da! It doesn't do anything, it just looks scary. I remember when I was little, an old beggar showed me and my friends how to make shadow puppets. You put your fingers together in front of a light, and it makes the shadow of a deer or a dog or a dove on the wall. I tried so hard, I wanted to make the best shadow. And I did. It just happened. Funnily enough, that's the last time I had any real friends. They tried to stone me later, screaming at me, calling me a demon. Tiefling is always a demon to these wimps. Even the lowest ranking drunken gnome thinks he's better than me, just because he hasn't got horns or a tail. The poorest beggar in the filthiest gutter thinks he's better than me. Most people would never show their shadow again after that first time, but I don't care. If stones start flying again, I'll just run. I'm used to it by now. Looks formidable. I like it. What about the blue fire? That's my favorite part. And it doesn't burn at all. If I had a coin for every time I've caught a beating for my little show here, I'd already be proposing to Galfrey. But still, I don't want to give up something so beautiful. Enough, I want to ask about something else. Are you really staying in the party or just waiting for a chance to run off? As if I could! There are demons and dangers around every corner. Don't you worry, Chief. I'll work off my debt honestly. I won't stab you in the back or go on the run with your money. And if you buy my wares, I won't have to leave at all. Tell me what you can get using your Thiefling connections. Look, Chief, the Thieflings have all the best things. Gnome hooked hammer of discipline. Quarterstep slip. Nothing terribly useful right now. Alright. Where do I go now? Guess I'll go here first. I guess I'll go to the market square now.
Something wrong? This is my kind of work.
These enormous cracks appeared after a magically induced earthquake struck the land.
You can handle them, right?
Yeah, it's gonna take her forever to get to the fight. I'll get him halfway there. Then... I'll use that, I guess. Can I... Will it work? Yes! I don't think that's
It
gonna...
should work. Is it flawed?
Endure this! Are you still here?
Stab you or zap you? Why
Sneak
not
attack.
both?
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
The spirits demand your blood.
Gotcha. Yeah, it looks like they don't have anything on them.
Let's see what we can do.
I'll come back to that later.
Here comes trouble.
More cultists.
Make every strike count.
Can I get close enough to do that? Oh shit, there's more.
Distract them from me.
Gotcha.
Good guys always win.
Might as well do this while I'm here. Ah, now he's afraid.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
You are today's sacrifice.
Yeah, let's
Go for
move
their
up.
hearts.
Time to share your treasures. Huh?
Ha.
I got this.
Yeah, I can just keep spamming this.
You won't survive me. Did we find trouble?
Ah, there's more.
They did. Damn you! Endure this!
I'll cut you wide open. Ha!
Into the fray! The light take you!
Cover me, all right?
Are you still here? Make every strike count.
The spirits demand your blood.
The inheritor, guide my blade!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Ha.
good guys always win. You've crossed the wrong line.
Gotcha. Nope.
Are we in trouble yet?
All right. The elf hunched up next to you is clutching a small but deep puncture wound. Her appearance is quite remarkable. Her skin is blacker than any Garundi's. Her teeth are fanged and her hair is as gray as a crone's. Her crimson eyes glare at you with a gleam of malice. What are you looking at, soldier? Like what you see? It appears that this woman is a drow. Her race is also known as dark or cavern elves. They are rarely seen on the surface, so it is surprising to encounter her here. Who are you? There's no point in you knowing, soldier. Trust me, the answer would only bring you misfortune, and it still wouldn't be of any use to you. I'm a wanderer you won't ever meet again. Who wounded you? Haven't you noticed? The city's burning. There's a battle going on. I was wounded by a cultist. You're a drow. You have a keen eye for these things, don't you, soldier? You guessed correctly, I am a drow. But don't think that gives you the right to judge me. There is much you don't know about me, and never will know. Believe me, it's for your own good. I know who you are. You're Kalesa, a cultist of Discari. That's a lie! I loathe demons, and I'll kill any I come across. 16... 15, 13, 12. So I need to roll 4 or higher. Oh, come on! I rolled a 1! Ugh. You're asking questions that are dangerous in and of themselves. I urge you to stop. The more you know about me, the higher the chances that a traitor's dagger will find its way into your back. Well, I've already been through here before, and I'm just interested to see where this whole thing goes. It was never my intention to set foot in there. Farewell, soldier, and thank you for believing me.
Here we go. Let's see if I can sneak around. I'm all ears.
Save the last one for me.
Gotcha. Now that I've got the surprise round, I can get closer.
I got this.
Into the fray!
Distract them from me.
No glory without risk.
You are today's sacrifice!
You won't survive me.
Are you still here?
Time to share your treasures.
The light. Take you.
Endure this!
Good guys always win.
Bring roll of protection from good. I don't think that's going to be terribly useful for me. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, she already has all her spell slots full. And so does he.
We'll make this quick. She won't feel a thing.
I don't know. Can we really do this?
Listen, we don't have a choice. There are demons everywhere. What else would you have us do?
A group of knights surrounds a young elven girl. She is dressed in rags that barely cover the hideous scars on her body. The beggar girl is on her knees, watching placidly as the people argue heatedly around her. It is as if she doesn't sense the looming threat at all. A black crow flies in agitated circles above her head.
In Iomede's name, we're sorry, girl, but it is our duty. We have to do this, not for our own sake, but for the sake of everyone who can still be saved from the demons. If we don't win this battle, you won't have long to live anyway.
They're insane. We've got to do something.
I understand. You're scared. You feel powerless. You think this will help. You don't have to justify yourselves to me. Just do what you've decided to do.
What's going on here?
We...
Our weapons barely scratch the demon's hides. We're sacrificing this girl to Iomade so we can consecrate our weapons with her innocent blood and gain the power to destroy the spawn of the abyss.
It's extreme, but we have no other choice. We have to defend this city somehow, or else we'll all perish, including her.
Now watch me roll a 1 again.
Good point. Whose idea was this? I think it was yours.
My idea? I was against the whole thing right from the start. Who said we needed to make a sacrifice? Wasn't it you? You can't blame anyone else for that.
Please don't fight. All of you are good people, defenders of the city. You just made a mistake. Please don't hurt them.
The little girl is defending the people who wanted to slaughter her a minute ago. She's either a saint or she's insane. Maybe the two together.
Hey, I know her. I see her all the time on the street. She's a couple of cards short of a full deck, if you know what I mean.
Hi. Remember when we used to play together when we were little? But then you went and got all big. And I stayed the same for some reason.
Huh? I played with you? Pull the other one.
You did. We played tag and hide and seek. Then you and the bigger boys came up with the game where you all threw stones at me. You laughed so hard, it made me happy too. Then you grew up and went away to do grown-up things. Wanna play with me now?
Old Jeff.
For the love of... Canabris is too damn small.
What do I do with these three? I guess I'll just send them all to the Defender's Heart.
Thank you.
They're gone. And they all lived. I was sure that someone would die today. So many people have died here already. But we are still alive for some reason. Strange, isn't it?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
But you shouldn't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a silly girl, really.
I don't think you are an ordinary girl. And that crow you have there, it's not ordinary either.
No, don't be silly. I'm very ordinary. Well, I know different types of tricks, but Soot taught me those. Now Soot here, she truly is unusual. She's clever and she can talk, but only to me. She teaches me magic tricks and lots of other stuff. I don't know what I'd do without her.
Magic tricks, you say? You could prove useful when fighting the demons, and I'll be able to protect you from insane soldiers on the streets. Come with me.
I must have misheard. This girl? Join our party? What could we possibly want with this dirty little beggar?
Sure, let's go.
Alright, let's see. Proficient with long bows, long swords, rapiers, and short bows. Oh, she's a spontaneous caster. Right. I was gonna check her equipment. Yeah, I don't have a bow with me.
I can handle it.
Although, pretty sure one of these guys had a bow. No, just a crossbow. Never mind.
Can't make the demons wait.
Alright, let's go inside the house.
The heartbeat quickens.
Ah, right. The rats.
cover me, all right?
That. I don't think. Yeah.
Make every strike count.
I found something. The inheritor. Guide my blade.
Is that a trap? I got this.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Go for their hearts!
Surrender or else!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I don't know how anyone's supposed to deal with those on core. Oh, right, this house.
I am helpful, am I not? I hope you appreciate this.
Short bow. Let's see. No. That crossbow is still a better weapon. Oh, well, she has -1 to strength, so of course it is. Don't suppose... Nah. What if... Yeah, I think that'll be a better weapon for her. Yeah, and she doesn't wear armor. Protection from evil. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that she could even equip. Now there's this room. Yeah, I am not summoning whatever this thing was.
Beautiful.
Let's see. That's an exit.
Let's see what we can do. Did we step on their toes as well?
I'll cut you wide open.
What else is there? There's another one. Hold on, is he encumbered now? Ah.
You won't survive me.
Distract them for me.
Oh yeah, this is where I came in. Looks like there's nothing else over that way. Go over here. Let's build this bridge.
Forget it. You've marched me to the bones today.
Ah. I guess that just made them all exhausted. Yeah, I know how camp works. Put her there. Alright.
If you're so afraid of going near the enemy, I could teach you how to shoot from a bow. True, it's pretty tough to aim when you're running away from the battlefield.
Whenever you decide to finally kick the bucket, give me fair warning is all I ask. If I'm gonna be eating cave slime at your wake, I need to line my stomach good and proper first.
Good. Ah. And she failed at that. Sometimes a long-awaited rest does not bring the desired relief. What comes is a heavy, clinging sleep on the edge of wakefulness, where consciousness seems poised between reality and oblivion. The possible reasons for such disturbed slumber are myriad: strange nerves, perhaps, or a lingering reaction to trauma. Reynard emerges from the oblivion of his leaden sleep like a drowned man dragging himself up from the depths of a swamp. The wound on his chest is burning like someone pressed an invisible brand to it. The wound is closed again, but the blood stain on his shirt betrays its presence beneath. There's no time to investigate the cause behind his malaise. A trying day lies ahead, but how will Reynard be up to the challenge if his thoughts are so muddled and his entire body aches like after a day's toil? I can't ignore my health. Better take care of it now than later when it could already be too late. After several moments, the weariness abates, retreating to the depths of his subconscious, but leaving the path open to return the next time Reynard seeks refuge in sleep. Reynard recalls that he slept peacefully in the Defender's heart. Perhaps a priest can explain what has happened. It is possible that the disturbed dreams and fatigue even after sleep is all simply the body's reaction to everything that is happening. But still, it is worth asking the advice of a priest in the Defender's heart. Alright, well, now that that's all taken care of, I think now's probably a good place to stop for now. Alright, so thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you all some other time.